Hi, I'm Maya from Bookworm Dreams and welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to talk about my 2023 reading goals. Before I get to that, let's just wrap up the 2022 reading goals. So one of the reading goals I had for the last year was to read 85 books. I surpassed that, so I put it to 100, and then I surpassed that and I put it to 125, I think. And then when I surpassed that, I just stopped changing the number. And by the end of the year, I read 160 books. I think it's been my best reading year since I started tracking my reading. Another goal that I had for the last year was to use more Storygraph, the alternative app to Goodreads. That did not happen at all. I think I may have just added the books I'm reading in January, and that's pretty much it. So that did not happen. Then another goal was to finish participating in different read-alongs and reading challenges. I did okay with that. So the first reading challenge that I participated in was the Joe Abercrombie read-along that was hosted by Leanne from Leanne's Library and Bethany from Beautifully Bookish Bethany. I did okay. I read the first trilogy, none of the standalones that happened after that, and I was also behind a couple of months. But okay, I finished the first trilogy, so I would count that as a success. Then another challenge was to participate in the Buzzword Reading Challenge, which is created by Kayla from Books and Lala, and I did it with only sci-fi books. I managed to read all but one. There will be a specific video for that reading challenge, so I'll talk more about it there. Then I had to finish the Reddit's Fantasy Bingo Challenge, and I did. I managed to get bingo, which was awesome. And then I continued on with the Reddit Fantasy Bingo Challenge. It happens from 1st of April to the 31st of March of the next year. So I did okay in ending the last year's, and I'm doing sort of okay in this year's. Then another goal was to finish series, and I did okay with that. I've managed to finish 15 series, 5 of which I started this year, and I think those were fantasy and romance series. Another goal was to be active on Instagram. I did sort of okay until May, and then I sort of stopped. I just do stories and not posts. The last goal was to read more science fiction, and I did that. Really good. I did it with the Buzzword Reading Challenge, and throughout the year I paid more attention to sci-fi stuff that might be interesting to me, and then I read those books. So overall I think I did okay. Now let's talk about my reading goals for 2023. So my Goodreads / Storygraph reading challenge for this year, I will start with 100 books. This has been something that I have achieved in the last couple of years, so I don't think it will be a problem getting there. I usually put my number to a bit higher, but I know that I can achieve it, so then I can move up the number if I get to 100. So we'll see what happens this year. Then the goal from last year is to use Storygraph more actively, which I will be, because I want to figure out whether to just be on one app or both of them. So this is like the continuous debate between Goodreads and Storygraph. So I will be exclusively tracking my books on Storygraph in January, and just to figure out the app to see if I like it or not, so that I can just be on one app, because there's no point in being on two. January, just specifically on Storygraph, there is a link to my Storygraph profile down below in the description box, so you can friend me or follow me if you want. Then let's talk about reading projects I'm going to do in 2023. So the first one being the Buzzword Reading Challenge. I'm doing it again with science fiction books. There will be a specific video for that, so look forward to that. Then I'm continuing on with the Reddit Fantasy Bingo Challenge. I have to finish it till the last day of March. I have 8 books left. Of course, all of them humongous. So we'll see how I get on with that. Then I am also participating in the Kristinelli Awards. If you don't know, Kristen from Kristinelli SFF Reader, I believe is the name of her channel, but I will leave the link to everything down below. So basically she decided to create her own version of the Hugo Awards, because in the last couple of years, I guess she wasn't really all that thrilled with the winners and whatnot. So she created her own little version. So a bunch of booktubers and book bloggers got together. There's Discord and everything. And the goal is to read 10 novels from 2022 and 15 novellas from 2022 in the speculative fiction genre. And basically, I guess we will vote and figure out what was the best thing we read from that year. So I have 7 novels and 7 novellas to read from that. Because I started, I think, in, I want to say October, November, and I really wasn't, I did okay, but I'm going to actively read it more this year because I think our end date is like in March or something. So yeah, I have a bunch of books to read for that. Then I'm also doing the 2023 reading challenge, which basically the goal is to read 1 book for each year of those set of years. I will have a specific video for that reading challenge, so look forward to that. Then another goal, of course, is to finish series. I have created a spreadsheet sort of to help me keep track. So basically, just it's basically a list. I usually keep it in my reading journal, but this is a bit easier this year just to have it all typed out and everything, so I can look at it and see like if titles of the next books in the series would fit for some reading projects or reading challenges or whatever readathons that I'm going to participate in. So yeah, the goal is to finish series. Would be nice to finish more than last year, but we'll see what happens. And there is, of course, the final book support group readathons that are happening throughout the years that can help with that challenge. And that's it for my reading goals for this year. Channel goals would be nice to reach 300 subscribers, but you know, what happens, happens. Other than that, not really. So hopefully later in the year we'll get to see more Christina, but you will see what happens. We will be doing a couple of videos soon together, so look forward to seeing her soon. But other than that, that is pretty much it. If you want, you can share your one most important reading goal that you have set for yourself in this year down below in the comments. If you like this video, please press the like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. There are some links in the description box. And that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!